Hang on one second. All right, so we are recording. So guys, I'm excited you're here. Whether you were invited by me or you found me through my Instagram or my Facebook or my blog or even my podcast that I do, I'm really excited that you guys are here. I absolutely am passionate about what I do, and I really do feel like, for a while there I said, gosh, it was just like, I think, it just feel like everything was at the right place at the right time, and it just sort of fell into my lap. And I can't imagine, I never would have told you, 10 years ago that this is where I would be right now. And, I used to say, it was just so crazy how everything worked out, but I know it happens for a reason. I know that you're here right now on this call for a reason. We're going to spend the next 30 minutes just talking about what it actually means to be a health and fitness influencer. And maybe you'll connect with my story. Maybe you'll connect with some of the ways I've built my business. And one of the things that I really want to ask you guys to do is ask questions. Don't be afraid. No question is too little or too small or not important. Everything that you want to know is something that somebody else probably wants to know too. So thanks so much, guys, for commenting and for introducing yourself. So let's go ahead and get started with tonight. So just to kind of give you a heads up, like, this is who I am. Maybe you found me through an advertisement, or maybe you've watched a lot of my YouTube videos, right? And so you may see me speaking on a stage, which is crazy because I'm actually the most introverted person in the entire world, right? But I am very passionate about what I do. My name, Melanie Mitro. I actually have my degree. I have an undergraduate degree in psychology. I went to the University of Pittsburgh. I have my master's degree in special education. I went on to Seton Hill University in Pennsylvania. My husband and I, Matt and I, live here in a small town called Mars, Pennsylvania, about 20 minutes north of the city of Pittsburgh. We have two little boys, Landon, who is 9, and Bryce, who is 7, and they are going to be starting school here in just a few weeks. I went to school, I got my education, and Matt and I, our entire planning of our of our life was so that I could be a stay-at-home mom. We planned for that. Yes, I got an education. Yes, I got a master's degree. I also came out of both of those educations with more than $30,000 in student loan debt. But we knew that the end result was we wanted somebody to be able to stay home and raise our kids. And so Matt and I did everything in our power to be able to make that happen. And so we had our first little boy, Landon, in 2009. I went part-time. I did a little bit of part-time work. And then in 2011, in January, when Bryce was born, I left my job altogether. Now, about 6 months later, I had achieved the big goal, right? Like, that was the master plan. It was graduate from high school, go to college, get a degree, get a job, buy a house, have a family, be a stay-at-home mom. And here we are. All of those things had been checked off the box. But there was a new problem, right? A new problem that we had never come up against before. And that was the fact that I was really struggling to get off the weight after those 2 pregnancies. You can see my before photo. Do you see that in the top there? May 2nd of 2011. That is my before photo. That is me. And I know I'm smiling, but if I can just take you on a walk between those eyes, it is, man alive, I was wearing Spanx every single day because I didn't want people to see the horrible diastasis that I had, the hernia that I had, the saggy skin, the fact that I still looked 3 months pregnant and I was 6 months postpartum. I lacked confidence. I had no energy. My nutrition was terrible, and I was looking for a solution, but we literally had $100 left in our budget every single month after we paid the bills. And that was our dinners out. That was fun Target runs. That was fun activities we got to do with the kids. So the last thing I wanted to do was use that on myself. So I was very frustrated. I went from somebody that really didn't have to worry about their weight to really struggling in that scope. And so what I did was I started looking for people on social media that had achieved results. And I actually made a post about, eating celery and trying to lose weight. And, my coach, my mentor, reached out to me and said, I saw that post. I want you to know that I have a solution for you. And she said, this is what I did. It worked really well. Would you like to join me? Immediately, I did what any of you would do, right? You would go and you would look up that person. You would look through their Instagram or their Facebook. You'd Google their name, right? So that's what I did. I went on to her Facebook page, and what did I see was her transformation story. She was a mom. She had 2 kids. Her body looked like mine. Our kids were about the same age. I could see she was happy. She was healthy. She was posting recipes. She was giving suggestions. She was working out. She looked great. I wanted that too. She was a positive influence in my life. So I joined her, and I did Insanity, was my very first fitness program that I ever did. And literally I went to the basement of our storage room with a tiny little carpet square and my Dell laptop where I had to put the DVD in there. And every afternoon I would press play while the boys were taking a nap. And that was the start of my journey. The second part that I wasn't expecting, because I really didn't believe that home fitness programs worked. I really thought that you had to go to a gym to get results. And so as I started doing not only the fitness program, but I started following the nutrition plan that came with the program. Something I had never done before was measure out my food and track what I was eating and make sure I was drinking enough water and paying attention to nutrition labels and what I was eating. I was essentially changing my life. I was moving into a more clean eating lifestyle, more balanced, less processed foods, and I was having more energy. The weight was coming off, and this community, this online community of people that I was a part of, that my coach was leading, where they were influencing us with recipes and tips and ideas, changed my life. To go from a stay-at-home mom of 2 that felt like she didn't have a purpose outside of doing dishes and changing diapers and listening to Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and, cooking those meals and cleaning up every night. This gave me friendship, right? This gave me a purpose where I felt like I was doing something good for me, because I felt like everybody was always pulling at me as a mom. And what ends up happening through this process is I realized I could actually make this a business. And I decided that there was a need. I realized that people out there, other women like you and I, don't realize that there is another way to get in shape. There's another way to lose weight. There's another way to develop confidence and a positive body image and mindset. And I started making a list of all of the things that this had helped me with, all of the needs that I saw that women around me had. And that's something great for you to even think about right now. Like, as you're saying, could I really be successful as an influencer? Well, what are the problems you see in our society right now? Crash dieting, right? People that are yo-yo dieting, emotional eating, stress eating, right? People that are like doing crazy diet this week and then they're off to this diet that next week, and people that are self-sabotaging themselves. And we see it. We see it everywhere we go. People that make excuses because they don't have enough time to work out. And I felt like finally I had a solution that nixed every single one of those. And I knew that it worked because I did it. I did it, and I wanted to shout it from the rooftops. So in July of 2011, I opened my doors to my business, my virtual business, from my kitchen table with a Dell laptop and a flip phone that didn't even have Wi-Fi. I started my business while the kids were taking naps or before they would wake up, or at night or on the weekends. And I grew my Facebook. My Instagram alone has over 80,000 followers. My Facebook now has well over 60 to 70,000 followers. And I am the top influencer in this company. And I've been the top influencer for 4 years. I have done it for the first 3 years on my own while Matt, my husband, worked full-time. He was able to leave his full-time job to run the business with me. And he runs it in a different kind of a way, but we get to do this together. So you can see that's my before. You can see my after. You can see that I'm flawed. You can see that I have a scar. You can see that I'm not perfect. I don't have makeup on in that picture in the bottom, but I have makeup on in the picture top. You can see I'm a normal person with a normal life, and maybe you can relate to my before photo, and maybe that's you right now. Or maybe you're somebody that loves health and fitness. And I'm going to tell you that you don't have to be the same way that I am to make this work. And that is really what I want to talk to you guys about tonight. So that's a little bit about me. Again, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I am really happy to answer those along the way. So let's talk a little bit about what is an influencer, right? So an influencer, I want you to think about that and actually go to the dictionary, go to Google and Google influencer. It's somebody who has developed an authentic belief in the products and programs that they're promoting, and they're willing to share that with others. So when you think about what is an influencer, that is somebody who can speak confidently because they believe in it. So I'll give you an example. I use Roden & Fields skincare. I've used Roden & Fields for 5 or 6 years now. I will post it on social media and I will say, this is my skincare routine. I absolutely believe in it. I use the Unblemished in the morning. I use the 2-step pump, after I use my toner, and I believe in it. If I don't use that double pump, my face breaks out, and I talk about, the exfoliators that I use. I talk about the night creams that I use. Nobody's paying me to talk about that stuff, but I believe in it so firmly that I will go out there and tell people what is working. Now, I want you to think about the same thing as you. What products do you believe in? What things out there are you like, I will stand by this? A brand of jeans that you love, a pair of workout shoes, is it a heart rate monitor that you love? Anything that you can say, I have used it, I have had a positive result from it, I would recommend it to my best friend. You are essentially an influencer. Now the job is, can you take that, put that on social, and turn it into an income? So you're here because you love health and fitness. And in order to be an influencer in this scope, this is what it looks like. You are somebody that chooses to start and finish a program. And if you've never done one of our programs from start to finish, we're going to talk about the programs that we have. And I'm going to say to you, that is your job. Your job in the first 30 days is to obviously share it on social media, but is to document your experience from start to finish, to follow a nutrition plan, to drink our superfood shake, to check off the boxes of that workout calendar, to take your day 1 photos, to take progress photos, to talk about the sugar detox. How many of you have been watching my Instagram stories and you've noticed that the past couple of days I've been talking about this 3-day plant-based cleanse that I'm doing? I'm taking you on the journey with me and showing you what are the symptoms? What am I feeling? How is my body changing? I'm actually sharing photos. That is me sharing results from something that I am doing and being able to speak it as I'm going through it. And then what do I say? Direct message me. Say, swipe up or visit my blog or visit my bio to get more information. So I am an influencer because I am sharing my experience. All right? So you are sharing authentically and you are sharing it publicly. And the easiest way to do this, we all know, is through social media. That it's crazy to think that 7 years ago, I didn't have Instagram, and to think now what a big source of business that it really can be. How many of you, when you're looking for a recipe or you're looking for an outfit to wear, or how many of you follow fashion bloggers and you love following their stories? I mean, I buy a lot of my clothes from the people I follow. That's where I go to find recipes. That's where I go to find quotes and ideas, right? So this is going to be you. You are the person that people are going to come to when they're looking for health and fitness or weight loss, or maybe they've heard of this Shakeology or Beachbody on Demand. They may search that hashtag. Maybe it's like Fit Over 50 or Mom of Twins or Fit Mom of Twins, right? And they may come across you. Your job is to be an influencer in your scope. Okay? All right. So the reason why we're sharing this is we're giving our followers an opportunity to purchase the products and programs from you. You get a commission from that. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But you do, at the bottom, the core, you have to be willing to lead by example. You just do. You have to be somebody that is coachable and that is not afraid of hard work. Because I will tell you, any blogger, even anybody that opens a brick and mortar business. So I use this example a lot. So one of our best family friends is a chiropractor. He went to, undergraduate, then he went to chiropractic school, and then he studied under somebody. And once he was done with all of that, he had hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. And then he had to open a clinic, and then he had to do a build out and get all of the, all of the furniture and all of the office equipment and hire staff and then get liability. So he had, $500,000 invested in his education and his business before he put a stake in the ground and opened the door. And just because he had that education does not mean he's guaranteed a customer. He has to build credibility. How do you build credibility? Well, obviously, you've got to have your first few customers that are willing to go out and refer people to you even as a chiropractor. He can go on social media. He can give chiropractic care tips, sleeping tips, sit posture tips, right? Health and wellness tips. And he is building that following. Maybe he's, networking with other doctors or other, schools and doing free adjustments. He's getting out there and getting the word out. He's essentially an influencer in a different realm. But nevertheless, a chiropractor believes in what they do. Otherwise, they wouldn't be good at it. Have you ever met somebody that you worked with that hated their job and they didn't believe in what they did whatsoever and they were miserable to be around? They weren't getting the promotions. They weren't the people that were moving up the corporate ladder. But an influencer, if you believe in it, if you love what you do, and every single day you're like, I got to teach people how to do this, you're going to be successful. I can teach you, we as a team can teach you skills, but what I can't give you is motivation, drive, determination, excitement, passion, belief. That comes from within. That's something you work on yourself, but I can teach you tools and how to put it into practice. All right. And you've got to love people. So I gave you some pictures. Just some examples of what we look like, right? So when I did my elimination plan, I took my before photos. There's a great example of a way that you would announce that you are doing something new. I didn't tell you what program I was doing. I said 30-day elimination plan, and people were like, what's an elimination plan? Opened up the door for conversation. This is Megan. She's one of our elite coaches in our organization. This is a great picture. This just talks about like it's curiosity. What's a girl boss? What do you do, Megan? How do you get to stay home with your 2 kids, right? This is a picture of Bryce Man, my little boy, where he's getting ready for baseball practice. And guess what? He's drinking Hydrate. It's healthy Gatorade. And I talk about that in there, right? I used to fill up his water with Gatorade, but now I found a healthy alternative. And I talk about what it's sweetened with, and it doesn't have processed sugar. And and he loves it. And so he let me take a picture of him. And then this generated, hey, what is that thing that you're giving to your kids? All right. So again, examples of being an influencer. Okay. So what is our company? So I work with the company. I partner with the company Beachbody. So Team Beachbody, right, is the company. And the company has an entire catalog of products. We have Shakeology, which is our superfood shake, which is not a protein shake. It's not a weight loss shake. It's not a diet shake. It is your multivitamin in a glass. For me, it's 7 years. It's 7 years, and I still drink Shakeology. My husband drinks it. My kids will drink it. My parents, my in-laws, and I know I'm not allowed to make any kind of disclaimers, but my dad was on cholesterol medicine, is not on it anymore, right? My mom used to take medicine, not on it anymore. They change their nutrition, they eat cleaner, and they drink their shake every single day. So that alone has been like our daily multivitamin that boosts our immune system. I have really bad irritable bowel syndrome, or I did that Shakeology and clean eating completely has subsided a lot of those things. Now, I don't want to make medical claims, but I'm giving you my experience. This is how I have been affected by it. I am going to tell you it is the best thing since sliced bread because I'm always late and I'm always on the go. And I used to like skip breakfast and go through the drive-thru, grab a coffee and a donut. And now I just grab my shake. So it's also convenience. It's a meal, it's a snack. Also, we have other things like we've got our performance line. We have a pre-workout, right? That's all clean, natural. It's supported by the National Sports Association, right? So athletes can use it. Ironman competitors drink it. We also have a Recover, which reduces post-workout muscle soreness. Hydrate, which is during your workout. And then we have an overnight recharge and a creatine that is involved with that package, or you can buy them separately. You'll always see me posting my mom fuel in the morning. That's always my energize. My post-workout is my recover. We also have Power Green. So for those that don't love vegetables, you just dump a scoop of that into your shake every day. Or if you drink protein, you can throw that in there and you get a whole serving of greens in just one scoop. If you struggle with digestion or need increased fiber, digestive boost, and if you don't want to drink coffee, but you'd like some focused energy, we have one of those as well. We have a 3-day refresh, which is the 3-day plant-based cleanse you've seen me talk about in the past few days. We have a 21-day ultimate reset, which literally is all clean eating, prepping food, like restoring your body back to its natural state. We have what we call Beachbody On Demand. It is our streaming catalog. It is the Netflix of fitness. We have a ton of programs, everything from fitness, strength training, bodybuilding, yoga, prenatal, postnatal, kids, family workouts, everything you could possibly imagine, kickboxing, Tai Chi, all of that is on there. Right now, our newest program, Lift 4, just released, so I'm doing that. It's a lift and hit program. We have 80-day obsession, which is arms, abs, and booty. It's timed nutrition. It's like if you want insane fitness results, you would do a program like that. The 21-day fix is like my staple. It's where I start everybody that knows nothing about clean eating. They start there. And then we've got a kids shake too, Daily Sunshine, and it's on sale this month. So this, and we have beach bars and To Be Mindset. How could I forget To Be Mindset? So To Be Mindset is new. We just launched it in the spring. So many people are like, I have a great fitness routine, but I stink at nutrition. And so some people just don't like the container system. So Beachbody came up with, they paired with a registered dietitian nutritionist. Alana Mulstein created To Be Mindset, and it's the Plate It method. And she has a 90-day tracker, and it's very much focused on this 2 bunny concept where it is water first and then veggies most. And she just teaches you how to fill your plate appropriately and how to go through the cycle. And it's a series of online videos and a group to help support you through the process. So no matter where you come in, there is something for you to experience, and then something for you to share. So our job as influencers is to match people up with products and programs that meet their needs by sharing them with others. All right, so let me just look here. On Shakeology, how can you make it a snack versus a meal, or meal versus snack, right? So here is, you are explaining it correctly. So your Shakeology has about 150, 160 calories, depending on which kind you end up with. For me personally, just Shakeology it's a protein, right? So I need to put in almond butter. I put in a handful of spinach. I put in a serving of fruit in there. I blend all of that up. It's going to give me more calories. My goal is to get to about 250 calories to 300 calories a meal. Also, I know how much food I need to eat per day. I know how many servings of fats and carbs based on the portion fix, and that's how I make my meals and my snacks. So your goal is to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours if you're following sort of that clean eating regimen. And so you're going to say to yourself, okay, if I only have a red container left, I'm going to drink my Shakeology by itself. If I have a purple and I have a green and I need to get in a spoon, then you can mix all of those things together and it's going to bulk it up. It's going to keep you full longer. So it depends on your bracket, where you're at as far as weight loss or maintenance. It also depends on how you space out your meals throughout the day. And that is something we can help you with in this process. I try to space my food out so that I am drinking my Shakeology with a spoon of almond butter and usually spinach at the minimum, because that's what keeps me full. It took me about 30 days to figure that sort of configuration out for me. So I hope that helps you. All right. Okay, so what do? How do we support our clients? So a few ways we support people. The first way is through our social media, right? We actually, through our social media, and these are some of the suggestions. As you're thinking, can I do this? What is this gonna look like? Make a list. Remember how I said make a list of all the needs? So that's exactly what I did. I was like, oh, I need to teach people how to read labels. I need to teach people what proper portion size look like. This is a healthy serving of starchy carbohydrates. This is not. What is better for you? Steel cut oats or rolled oats, right? What is better for you? Almond milk or coconut milk? And as I was learning these things, I started sharing them. I started teaching people what proper portions look like. I would get my plate together and I would say, this, no, this, yes, right? I would go and I would actually do live videos, and I will share pictures of my meal plan. I've done videos where I talk about how I go grocery shopping and how I shop the perimeter. I'll take pictures of my grocery cart. I'll actually take pictures of my meal prepping or snack ideas or getting ready to go on vacation. Other things is like my favorite fitness clothing. I love this sports bra from Lululemon. I'm going to give a shout out. I'm going to tell, hey, where are my, small chested women? This is my favorite sports bra. I'm going to give it a review. I'm going to talk about why I love it. And then I'm going to direct people back to Lorna and Jane. Not always going to be Beachbody related, but it's going to be health and fitness related, right? And then part of my life too. I've got 2 boys. A lot of times they're a part of what I am doing. Other things that I do is like modifications. Let's say you've got an injury, or today I was talking to one of my new members of my team, and she was like, I have really bad wrists. What can I do? I was like, well, hold your weights, right? And then your arms stay straight. So that's something I learned. That's something you could easily take a picture of and narrate that out. In addition to posting through social media, maybe it's like, how do you wake up early? How do you plan your week out? What are you reading for personal development? What are your favorite devotionals, right? All of those things are things you can share. You're giving life advice of how you do life and you keep it healthy and fit. The second way is privately. We host accountability groups. You may hear them called challenge groups as well, but they're online support groups. And our job is to help match people up with a program. We run our challenge groups, right? And initially, you can add them right into the system that we have, and you can support your people. You can go in there. You're going to get support. You're going to get to feel what it's like to be a part of the community, as I did when I first started out too. So those are the 2 ways we support our clients. All right. Now, levels of influencers. So I want to kind of say there are a couple of ways you can actually run a business. Your first option is not really a business builder. I call it a discount influencer. Basically, you are wanting to try the products and you don't want to create a business out of it, but you'd like to get a discount, because every influencer gets a 25% discount on every single product and program subscription that we have in our catalog. All right. So you can be a discount member and never build a business, and there are no minimum requirements or quotas every month to do so. You can be what I call the second kind, is a retail influencer, which basically means that you aren't really going to do what we call team building, but you just want to sell product. You just want to get 3-day refreshes and Beachbody on-demand subscriptions and Shakeology and Performance Line into people's hands. And so you're going to run, your own little accountability community where you're sharing and you're talking about what you're doing, but you just don't really want to build a team. And a team is sort of the third level. And a team is really where you say, I want to become a great influencer, but I also want to start building a team of influencers. And that basically means that you open up another part of the compensation plan. You have your retail sales, your commissions, but you also have, you also can earn residual income from a team, which is what I do. I lead you, I teach you, I teach my current coaches, my new people, my leaders, right? At every stage of the game. Did I visualize that when I was first starting out? Heck no, I had no leadership skills, but I slowly built upon the next. And so for many of you just starting out, that may not even be fathomable. Maybe you're saying to yourself, I just need to know the basics. I just need to get results first. So you can move between these 2. You may start out as a retail, you may start out as discount, you may move to business builder. Like, there are different ways you can go. And I want you to know this is your business, and I am not your boss. I won't breathe down your neck and ask you what you're up to, and I'm not going to fire you. But I am going to be there when you need me, and so is your sponsor, right? So we call the person you sign up with, that's your sponsor, your upline. They're going to help you and support you, but we're definitely not the kind of team that's going to drag you along. We're going to guide you and mentor you and love on you and help you get the best experience possible. All right. Okay. So how do you be successful at this? I know that's probably what you're asking. We're almost wrapping things up. So if you do have questions, now is a good time to start dropping them in the chat bar, so I can leave some time to answer those. So how on earth how are you successful at this? Well, for starters, you have to commit to a program. If you've never done one before, how many of you are like, I've never done a product or program from Beachbody. I've never tried Shakeology. I don't even have a Beachbody On Demand subscription. I've never heard of it before, right? I know there's some of you on here that's probably you. Your initial goal is to say, well, I need to create my own experience. I need to or maybe you have programs at home, but you've never finished them before. So your job is to commit from start to finish and do the program, and I will teach you how to journal that. So on the first day you sign up, we'll choose your program. You're going to take your before photos, your measurements, you're going to get your journal, and you're going to write down, today is the start of the rest of my life, of the new me. And you're going to say, this is how I feel, these are my goals, this is what I'm hoping to achieve. And then you're going to go right into our accountability group. You're going to share that post publicly. You're going to send it to me first. I'm going to read it over. I'll read over your draft, we'll fine tune it, we'll post it out there, and now you're ready to begin sort of influencing positively people the way that, as you go through this journey. You're going to commit to publicly taking people on the journey with you, right? So you're going to take your followers, they're going to see it. They're going to see the days that you struggle or you hit snooze. They're going to see the days where you make a mess up with your food or you forget your lunch. Like, you're going to be authentic. You're going to tell them that it's not easy, but you're going to say, this is how I get through it, because I know I've got people counting on me, because I want to change more than I want to stay the same, because I believe that this is something that other people need, is something that I can help and influence others with. Also, you're going to participate in our training. We have a training group. It is the Influencer University. It is basically a step-by-step, self-paced training that is going to walk you through everything from launch, conversation, how to talk about the products, how to get people signed up, how to get them into our accountability system, how to use your social media, and you can do it on your own time. So for me, it was like I would get up, I would do my workout, read my personal development for about 10 minutes. I would watch a training video. I would implement, make my post, off I would go with the kids. Kids would, maybe you'd work. And so it's lunchtime and you're like, okay, I'm going to pop in my earbuds. I'm going to listen to a training. I'm going to make a post. I'm going to talk about what I'm eating. Off we go for the rest of the day, right? And so that's it. It's participating in the group, finding the time when it's convenient for you, and setting goals so that you are really working on income producing activities, which I will talk to you more about what income producing activities actually are. Okay? All right. Be authentically you. The day you become an influencer does not mean you stop being you. If you love dogs, if you love shopping, if you love food, you don't just stop doing those things and just become this health and fitness nut. You're going to drive people crazy. You got to be you. You have to do you. So figure out, who are you as a person? What are like the 5 things that describe you? What do you love? What do you do in your downtime? Do you love to work out? Do you love nutrition? Do you hate to cook? Right? Are you somebody that's vegan or paleo or is gluten intolerant, or do you have Hashimoto's or any kind of autoimmune? Like, what sets you apart from the rest, and how are you going to use your prior experiences to help other people along the way? You're going to identify your goals. So this is a really big one. Why are you on this call right now? And this is a goal, like, where do you envision your life? Where do you want to be 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 6 months, a year? Some people on this call may say, I just want to lose 30 pounds. I want to lose 10 pounds. I just want to be around positive people. I want to go on those awesome retreats that you host every year. That could be your vision. Maybe you want to pay off a debt or prepare for your kids' college, tuition. Maybe you really don't love the job that you're doing and you really do want to do something that brings you joy and you are passionate about health and fitness. Write it down. Where do you see yourself 3 to 5 years from now? And just write it down. And I want you to say to yourself, it is totally possible for me to accomplish these goals if I am able to go to the person I'm going to sign up with and say, this is where I want to be. This is where I see my life going. These are the current obstacles I have in getting there. These are the things that I don't feel confident with yet. Can we create an action plan to kind of get us from point A to point B? All right. So that's what I want you to think about. I want you to think about how much work is it going to take to get there? What are going to be the sacrifices I'm going to have to make? Because I will tell you, as a mom, that's a full-time job. So I feel like I couldn't just put my kids in a corner and sit at my computer for 8 hours, right? I had to be a mom. So I had to find these pockets of time. So if you work full-time, so for example, Meg, you work full-time, you're doing what I did. And that was mom it all day long, come home, cook dinner, get it cleaned up, get the kids bathed, in bed, sit down at my laptop, work for an hour, go to bed, wash, rinse, repeat over and over. Weekends, I would get caught up. And sure, I did that for 18 months. I did that for 2 years. And guess what? It got to a point where financially we could make a different decision about our future. Then it opened up more opportunities. Some of my team members have gone part-time and then they've left their jobs. Some people still manage both. It all depends on, you have to find the gaps of time that you can create opportunities, right? So I listen to a lot of calls to and from, taking the kids to school or driving to an event or that's where I get my personal development in. That's where I listen to training. And then I use my purposeful sort of work time at the computer to do my income producing activities. All right. The last two things are, do you believe that you have what it takes? Do you? I mean, I believe that every one of you can be successful, but belief is so important. Now, there's a difference between skill. You may not have the skills at all, right? But you may say to yourself, I don't care. I'm going to figure it out because I've figured out way harder things in life. And I see that this is an opportunity for me to live a little bit differently, to dream a little bit bigger. And so I may not have the skills to do this, but I sure as heck am going to figure it out. Do you have the drive to push past the obstacles? That's another one. I won't lie to you and tell you this is going to be a cakewalk because you are going to sometimes put content out there that you think is amazing and nobody's going to say a word. And you're going to go, what the heck? Doesn't mean that it was bad content. It might mean the timing was off. It may mean it was bad content, right? But you have to be able to say to yourself, it's an obstacle. I'm not a failure. I'm meant for success. I just need to take this current obstacle and decide, how do I make myself better? Do you have an optimistic personality? Like, you need to have that innovative, optimistic, willing to learn, coachable in order to be successful. Personal growth is absolutely the most important thing. So before I answer all of the questions, I do see some of them coming in, but what's next? Well, I know that I didn't invite everybody that's on this call tonight. So go to the person that invited you here, or, I'm going to post this playback for everybody to listen to. So if you're even listening to the recording, you want to immediately go to the person that invited you. Tell them you're ready to get started, because each and every one of us has a limited amount of people that we can physically mentor at one time without being overwhelmed. And so if you want to get started, you want to make sure you reserve your spot in that mentorship program. You're going to review the influencer guide that you're going to get when you sign up. You're going to enroll in the Influencer University, and you're going to decide the program that you're going to start with, which your person that invited you here is going to help you decide on. And then we're going to set some goals for our first 30 days, because the goal in the first 30 days is to make back your initial investment. All right. So you may invest $160 to $200 to get started at the max, but you're going to at least get 3 to 5 people that are going to start their fitness journey in the next 30 days. You're going to make back your investment, and the bigger you dream, the more you're going to make. And then we're going to set goals month after month after month to help you continue to grow your social media and your following, and to get it out there to other people. All right. Okay, so what questions do you have? Let me take a look and start answering them. So Josette, hello there. All right, health benefits. I retire with health benefits at 55, but I have no idea what will be the afterworld. So then there you go. Maybe this is maybe you're fit over 50 and that's your community and you're creating a safe place for people that's preventative more than anything, right? So think that out, write it down. How do you visualize adding to the community? Maybe it's even just getting people together and, doing programs where you're inspiring people in the local community, or maybe you are going to dominate social media in the over 50 community, right? So think about that kind of stuff too. All right, let me see. What other questions? Is the Influencer University available as a discount? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. So I would say, whatever level, but if you're coming in at that level, you can absolutely go in there. You can absolutely check it out. Again, I'm not going to kick people out if they don't, participate. If you just want to see if it's something for you, sure. But you have to be registered. You have to be a part of our team. You have to, be in our organization in order to be a part of that Influencer University. So yes, I did answer that. Other questions? So guys, here's the thing. I did say this a little bit at the beginning. I said that we are the top team in the organization, in all of Team Beachbody. We are the 4-time top team. That means that year over year after year, we have grown. We have maintained an incredible reputation in the organization, and we truly love what we do. And I can tell you, as a mentor, it doesn't matter how many followers I have, how many people that are a part of my team. I love what I do. I love that when I open my phone and I make posts that I am inspiring other people to reach their goals. I am inspiring other people to chuck their excuses to the wind. I love seeing somebody say they lost 2 pounds and I got to help them do that. That fills my cup. And the fact that I'm sitting here right now in my house, my kids are playing a game in the basement with my husband, right? I'm hanging out in my yoga pants and I got a sports bra on, and this is my job. And there is no better place to be, and I get to be surrounded by amazing leaders and amazing people that fill my cup every day. And I know that when you join an organization like this, you can't help but walk away better because of it. So I think personally, that is like the best part of what we do is the people, the relationships, the stories, like that fills my cup to know that we're making a difference in such a positive way. And yes, the income is like, of course, the added bonus, right? Okay. All right. With that being said, if there are no further questions, I will let you guys go. I see, okay, Jessica, you asked a question. In the beginning of your journey, were you ever nervous about people not wanting to join you? Absolutely. Absolutely. So I was nervous about what people would think, right? So definitely I was nervous about that. But here's the thing. I knew that when I was talking to somebody and they were like, what are you doing? How are you getting those results? And I would tell them, and then they would say, no, I'm going to go to the gym, or I'm going to drink this, knockoff shake. I would be like, that's fine. I was like, if you ever change your mind up here, I'm always here to help. If you ever have questions, and I would keep going. I'd keep posting. I'd keep doing my workouts and, sharing my meal plans and giving tips and talking about vacation and staying consistent. And wouldn't you know, 6 months later, here they come. Okay, that didn't work. Now I'm ready to join. All right. So that's kind of what happens. Your feelings can't get hurt. You've got to have thick skin. It's like walking around. It's like going to a restaurant. If I'm your waitress and I come to your table and I say, do you want a cup of coffee today? And you're like, no, thank you. I don't go to the back and take my apron off and say, I quit. Nobody wants my coffee. How do I know that you just don't have the money for the coffee today, or you don't like that flavor of coffee, or, you're detoxing from coffee right now, right? And so it's kind of the same thing. Like, understand that just because somebody says no or not right now, it's not a reflection on you. Maybe that's just not the right time for them. And so that's why our goal is to expand and to find more people. And I'll teach you how to use hashtags and how to search and how to create great content. So it is drawing people in. So that is a big part of the training is, yes, you get results, but how do we get that out there to other people too? All right. Okay. Thank you so much for watching my IG stories. How many coaches you personally have on your team? I have a lot. Liliana. I've been at this for 7 years. So I've got lots and lots of coaches, you know, maybe close to like 700 that I personally sponsor, but they're at varying levels. Some are purely discount and they don't do anything with the business. I have a subset that are like, they're just retail and they're doing their thing. I have a handful that are business building. So I've got people all over the place. We've got a great team page, and we have an accountability group for everybody, and then we've got trainings and weekly team calls, all sorts of stuff that we do as an organization. So even though we're big, I feel like we still spend a lot of personal time together too. Okay. How often a day do you post content? On my Instagram, 1 to 2 times on my feed, and I aim for 7 to 10 stories. It's not really hard. If you kind of watch for a little while, watch how I do it. It's pretty sequential, and I'll teach you how to do that too. All right. I am going to wrap it up because it is 8:17. Sandra, the university it comes with the sign up. You don't pay extra for the training. Because you become an influencer, you get the training. That's a part of it. I don't charge extra. Our team doesn't charge extra. We're going to train you. We're going to help you succeed and help you get the results that you want. Okay? Alrighty. You have to wait 6 months. Okay, perfect. Awesome. I love nutrition. What do you recommend I do in the meantime? Absolutely do To Be Mindset if you haven't done it yet. If you love nutrition, you could do the Ultimate Reset. You could do any of, Lift 4 if you haven't done that yet. Get that early access. It's awesome. Absolutely. Like, get plugged in. If you were a discount coach, you do know that if you're a customer right now, you can switch over to whoever you want to sign up with, and I can't tell whose name it is there, but switch over. Become their customer. Get into their accountability group. Start drinking Shakeology. Start getting your own fitness results, journaling it every step of the way, using the hashtags, building your following so that when you can launch, you are ready to roll. Okay? All right. How do you engage in accountability groups? For that question, how do I engage? I mean, I'm in there whether I do my Monday Mindset and I'm live, or I'm asking questions every night. We check in. We have sort of a rating of the day. I'll go in there. I'll post my workout. I'll share recipes, take pictures of food. So just having a great time in there. If like somebody's having a bad day, we're like, oh my God, does anybody else feel like they're dying, right? So we just have fun. And that's the thing. Like, if you want your people to connect, you got to have fun with it too. All right. Okay, my friends, I hope you have a great night. I hope to see you soon as a part of our team. Send an email to the person that invited you here, or send them a message on Instagram or Facebook. Let them know you're ready to get started, and we'll get you enrolled, signed up. Welcome to our team. So have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thanks so much for your time. All right, guys, take care. Thanks, everybody.